And we are live. How you doing, everyone? It is Mark Rodriguez. It's a Thursday night, and there just seems to be so much going on in the world right now, right? And if you allow yourself to get caught up in all the negativity, then you could have spent the whole day watching Supreme Court nomination and the confirmation hearings, and I mean, you could really have just eaten up your entire day just on all the news and all the different news outlets, and just that's not where I want to be, right? But I am so excited today. You know what I'm excited about? Let me tell you what I'm excited about. You're gonna laugh, and it's okay. What I'm really excited about is I have these 6. These are all fountain pens, and I could not get them to work. Little things that make you happy, right? So I found a place that would repair them, that would get the ink flowing again. And the problem was the ink that was in it was so dried up, they just weren't working. So I got them back today, and I love to write, I love to journal, and I love the free flowing, the smoothness of writing with a fountain pen. There's nothing like that in the whole world. I absolutely enjoy it, and so I'm just excited. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about my daughters. I'm excited about. I got a phone call today from a dealership in Jersey that they're seeking me out for training. So just all positive stuff. So we got Ken Walls with us. Ken, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. We got Lynn Serrano in the house. How you doing, Lynn? Great to see you. So I want to talk to you guys tonight about, rules for being you. And I'm an avid reader. I love to read. And I caught this book called 1,000 Little Things Happy People Do Differently. And it's by Mark and Angel Chernoff. And really, really good stuff. So I want to take you through this. So rule number one would be get your priorities straight. What does that mean? It means to get your house in order, right? What's a priority for your life? I mean, you got people out there that are still waiting for the pandemic to end, and they're putting on weight, and they're dying a slow death on the inside, right? So what can we do to really take charge of our lives? I can't control the pandemic. What's in my control? Wash my hands, wear the mask. I do the whole social distance thing. And that's in my control. But my priorities, right? It's my family, my health, right? What food I'm putting in my body, what food I'm putting in my mind. Those are my priorities. And so every day now, since my dad passed away, I've been riding a bike at least a half hour, 45 minutes a day. I've been drinking at least a gallon of water a day. I've been trying to make sure I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I'm working on that. That's not an easy thing to do, but I'm working on it, right? At least I'm mindful of it. It's important. You really, really have to get your priorities straight. Augie, how are you, buddy? Good to see you, man. How you feeling? We got to connect real soon, man. We got to connect. Corey Calvin in the house. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. It seems like a long time ago, right? Good to see you. So when we talk about keeping our priorities straight, it's really about, putting what's important first. It's really making the effort to take care of what's really important to you. Corey, I know how you feel, brother. But like anything else, if it's worth it, right? If you make it a priority, you'll get it done. So the second thing, a second rule for being you would be take full responsibility for your goals. No one's going to take responsibility for you. Take responsibility for everything that's going on in your life, the good and the bad, right? Because at the end of the day, you're the one who's writing off. You're checking off that box, right? Did I make the right number of phone calls? Did I do everything I said I was going to do yesterday, today? So take responsibility. If you've got kids and they're of an age where they got phones or If you're in a home situation where your kids don't live with you, what's in your control? Connect with the people that you love. Let them know that you love them. I'll tell you, I'm 54, and for me, going back to rule number one, we talk about priorities. After watching what my dad went through towards the end of his life, I said, hey, what's in my control is to make sure that I can create the next best version of me, which means I have to become a disciple of future Mark Rodriguez. What does that mean? I've got to take the weight off. I've got to not only just think of my health in terms of weight loss, but everything that goes along with it, right? Healthy mind, healthy hydration, healthy sleep, healthy relationships, right? I think Will Smith said you're the average of the 5 people that you talk to daily. Look at your cell phone. Who are the last 5 people you text? Are they building you up or are they bringing you down? Right? You've got to make that a priority. Number 3, know your worth. Know your worth. And it's really, really important. Hey, Tom, great to see you here. Lynn, I agree with you. Augie, thank you so much for that. Thank you for the condolences. I really appreciate that. What does it mean to know your worth? Right? You really have to, only you can put the value on your time. We all have 24 hours a day, right? But it's very rare that you'll find people who really know what their time is worth, right? Every minute, every hour that goes by, it has a dollar figure. There's a figure there. And if you're letting your life just pass you by, think about it. Days turns into weeks, turns into months. And I will tell you, I've gone back to see I've gone back to the cemetery it blows my mind that I stand there, I'm talking to my dad, I'm saying my prayers, and I look out and I see all those different tombstones. I'm thinking, my gosh, how many lives, how many books were never written, how many dreams that were never pursued, how many songs that were never sung, how many just, if you think about it for a moment, think about it. How many people are there who, because they didn't know their worth, they didn't take a step forward, they didn't take an opportunity like right now during this pandemic to learn a new skill set, to take their life to another level, right? It's there. It's totally there. But through the conditioning of life, sometimes we allow others to kind of hold us down. Man, there has never been a better time to learn and grow. Listen, I'm excited. I just came out of a Grow Live Academy, a Grow Live course, and the beauty about this thing that Ken Walls provides is, you have, like, I call it a mastermind freaking group of people. And I learned so much tonight that I'm putting into practice right now. So I'm absolutely, I am just psyched, jacked up, excited, feeling great. I'm pumped. And I'm telling you, I know my worth. Number 4, choose a better way to react to situations in your life that you have no control over. Right? The long lines. Right? I mean, with the pandemic right now, you still got, I love to go to Trader Joe's, and there's always a half-hour line out the door. So I'm going to complain about it. I bring my headphones with me. They're on the iPhone, and I just start listening to an Audible book. I download a book, and I make use of that time. Right? I can't control the fact that Trader Joe's has a policy that says X number of people have to go at a time. But it's the way that we react to negativity. Listen, it goes back to taking responsibility. We are totally in control of everything that happens to us and for us. So that's right. Sometimes in life, things happen for us in order for us to grow. Number 5, don't let your old problems punish your dreams. What happened yesterday, it happened yesterday. Right? But if you keep making the same mistakes and you keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result, what's that called? Insanity, right? So do not let your old problems dictate your future. Tom Ginn says the cemetery is the wealthiest place on earth. Don't die with regrets. Tom, you are 100% right, brother. I forget who coined this quote, who said it, but the quote goes like this. It says, the pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons, right? So when I think about my dad, when he retired, he didn't have a plan. He did not have a plan for the rest of his life after he retired. So consequently, he didn't make taking care of his health the number one priority. And so only a fool, when faced with, looking at what didn't have to happen, what could have been prevented, would turn around and make the same mistakes. So I made a decision. I decided to just, kind of burn the boats and realize that the next 40 or 50 years of my life, listen, if I'm blessed to live to 90 to 100, I want to die empty. But I want to have the energy to be able to do that. I have a lot of goals. I have a lot of aspirations. There's a lot of life. There's a lot of living to do out there, right, for me. But I won't be able to accomplish anything if this vehicle that I've been given to work with is breaking down. And it's not just my body, it's my mind as well. So I'm very, very conscious of what am I feeding my mind, my body, my spirit. And it's making me a priority for me, right? Because I'm going to make a terrible somebody else. Let's take a look. Let's do a few more. Number 6, choose the things that really matter in your life. Choose the things that really, really matter. And what does that mean? What really matters for you, right? Making sure my kids know I love them. Right? Letting my mother know I really love her. Reaching out to my clients. What really matters to me? My health really matters to me. Growing really matters to me in all areas of my life. Number 7, love you. No one's going to love you more than you. You gotta love who you see in the mirror. And if you don't love who you see in the mirror, well, damn it, do something about it, right? You may have to, like me, I could tell you, weight has always been a problem for me. And I've been that guy who over time, I've waited until I got so disgusted because I had to go buy clothes. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so painful. Man, what size am I now? Yikes. And sometimes in those moments, you get the burn the boats moment, meaning there's no turning back, meaning, well, what's the next diet? Well, for me, I found something that I'm going to be sharing with you shortly, not tonight, but I'm going to do a bunch of lives with my health coach on how to stop the crazy dieting train, from paleo to keto to all these different ones that, yes, you'll lose weight, but you won't be able to change your lifestyle, right? A healthy lifestyle is really what you're after. Number 8, accept your strengths and weaknesses. You got to accept where you are. You can't, a plane. Tom Ginn, how you doing, brother? Thank you again, man. I'm jacking you up. I'm jacked up. Augie says, this sounds like a book I read 5 years ago, Control Therapy. Part book has 5 steps to control for self. Well, the book I'm reading, Augie, is called 1,000 Little Things Happy, Successful People Do Differently. And I'll be sharing different pieces of it with you, but I just found that one chapter, and it resonated with me, and I wanted to share it with you. So what does that mean when we say to, accept your strengths and weaknesses? Look, a year ago, I had a knee replacement. And so, man, for me, I can't do, I shouldn't say can't. It's tough. It's really, really tough to get on the floor, and it's uncomfortable. It's a weird feeling when you have a total knee replacement and you put that knee on a hardwood floor, even a cushioned floor. It's a feeling like nothing you've ever felt before, and it's uncomfortable. And so while I want to lose weight, running on a treadmill or running right now, that's not a good idea. I don't want to put so much pressure on that joint. So for me, that's a weakness, but I have to accept that. I have to accept the fact that there are certain things that right now I can't do or shouldn't do. But does that mean I can't, do rebounding? I can't like a Bellicon or a rebounder and do that or ride a bike? And that's what I'm doing. Now, I've accepted that there are some weaknesses, and I'm building on them. I'm getting stronger each and every day. Number 9, be your own advocate, right? No one is going to do a better job of protecting you and what's important to you than you. You got to take a stand for yourself, right? You've got to draw a line in the sand and say, that's it, no more. I'm not going to settle for anything less than being the best version of me. Why? Because it's about you in the end. I think about that cemetery and I look at those tombstones and I see that dash. And that dash better count more than just the number of years I was alive. They've got to count for the moments that were created. Otherwise, what the hell was it all for? Number 10, learn from others and move on when you must. There's a lot of people in relationships that they just hang on and they don't move on. If a relationship is not serving you, you've got to cut ties and move on. In the sales business, we train them, we transfer them, or we ship them out, right? But sometimes we don't do that in our own lives. There are toxic people out there that want to steal your dream. There are people out there that don't want to see you happy. There are people out there that the moment they see your success, you're successful, man, they'll do everything to sabotage your success. And you've got to learn that, sometimes you have to be cruel to be kind, right? But you've got to be kinder to you. You have to. You can't let. That's why my friend Stan Scherer said, when he was doing he was a lifesaver, he had to keep a distance from people who were drowning. Otherwise, they would take him down. All right. Number 11, we're almost done. Be honest in your relationships, and that's not just with other people, but with yourself. Be honest. Be accountable. Right? Communicate. If you're in a relationship that is not serving you and you have not expressed yourself, man, those are some crazy sleepless nights that you're going through. You've got to make your wishes known. And if you can't accept the answers, you've got to take responsibility for you. You've got to move on. Number 12, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. What does that mean? Well, there is no, hey, Christina, good to see you. There's no comfort in a learning zone, and there's no learning in the comfort zone. So you've got to get you've got to get uncomfortable. You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, which for me, I'll give you a perfect example of that. I made a commitment to work on building my cardio capacity every day. Well, what does that mean? Building cardio capacity. What that means is I will ride the bike for the first 5 minutes. I'll get a little warm up going. And after 5 minutes, I'll get to a point where I can't talk like this, like really quick. Like the breathing is kind of heavy, but I'm still able to talk somewhat. And at that capacity, my body is really at a nice, it's running a nice cardio rate. I keep that rhythm for 20 minutes. Now I got to play around with the resistance and the cadence, and I got to get up and really step, ride on that bike standing up to keep that going. And then last 5 minutes, I build that down. But that was uncomfortable for me at first, because after 5 minutes on a bike to get to that, to push myself to that level and keep it there for 20 minutes. But when I realized the end result is, and I'll talk more about this when I interview Ruben Guzman, he will talk to you about when you get exercise that challenges your body, what will happen is on the cellular level, you'll build up more energy cells, meaning that you'll build the mitochondrion. You'll actually have more mitochondria in your cells that will help you to burn more fat, to lose that weight, to be healthier. Got two more. Number 13, be who you were born to be. Again, I go back to that cemetery, right? I go back and as Tom mentioned, Tom said that the cemetery is the wealthiest place on earth. Don't die with regret. There's a lot of regret in the cemetery. So you need to be your unique self. I look at Christina. Christina does a show. Christina, how often do you do that show, Christina? Is it every night, every other night? It's not easy what she does. It's not easy. I mean, that takes courage to do that. She's being her authentic self. And she's got these great priced items. I think it's jewelry. And she does a really, really good job. But a lot of people look at that and say, I can never do that. I would like to do that. I mean, hell, I remember 3 times a week. I remember when I got my knee replacement and I couldn't, hell, even before that, I used to look at people dancing salsa and I'd be like, man, and I was the guy holding up the wall. I never thought I could dance salsa. Never. And let me tell you, that Wednesday night, and I went to Just One Dance Studio and I took this group class. I fell in love with salsa. I couldn't get enough of it. It was amazing. I felt alive. And I met so many great people. I'm still friends with those people today. And so, for me, I was born to teach. I was born to coach. I was born to do what I do. I love what I do. I'm very passionate about what I do. Very, very passionate about what I do. But there's different modalities. There's different ways. Like now with the pandemic, man, I've had to make a shift. I've had to learn Zoom and learn how to pick up my energy on these virtuals, on these virtual communications. Why? Because no one wants to sit there and watch someone talking like this the whole time. Now, I have a low voice. So I'm learning to kind of step it up and get that energy going. Is it easy? No. Is it uncomfortable? Hell yeah. But it's worth it if it's going to impact the lives of other people. And I want to serve. At my core, I want to serve and help people just become better versions of themselves. I want to leave people better than the way I find them. Christina, you are so awesome as well. I love you. Thank you for your kind words. And the last one we have is, let's come down here. Oh, I didn't put it up there. Hold on. The last one is never give up on you. Never, ever, ever give up on you. It's funny. In the automotive world, I would always tell people, never be the last person to say no to you. Right? You have to tell me that I didn't get the training job. I'm never just not going to follow up and find out, do you want to move forward or not? I need to know that answer. So I have a very difficult time with the words, I don't know. I can't stand the words, I don't know. I'll keep pressing for an answer. But those are just a few rules for being you, for the most part. You rock, Christina. You absolutely rock. Well, I hope that you guys have an awesome, awesome, awesome evening. I want to thank you for letting me share this with you. And listen, make tomorrow, just a spectacular day. In fact, tomorrow, you know what tomorrow is? Tomorrow is the first day of the rest of your life. If you're writing a book, tomorrow could be a new chapter. And you're the author. You get to determine how it begins, how it flows, how it ends, right? Because you're the writer of your own story. You guys are awesome. And I look forward to coming back live with you again, bringing some more nuggets. And you guys have a great night. Be well.